What's up, guys? Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in and checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see you all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate you coming in to hang out with me on this Thursday morning. Jalil, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Brian, what's up, man? Alexis, good morning to you. Tracy, good morning to you. Brianna, it's nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Great morning to you as well. Sylvia, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate all you guys. Y'all are amazing. Today we're going to talk about some ways to attract paying clients. I'm going to hook you guys up this morning with 3 simple secrets to attract the ideal clients that are ready to pay you. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning, Jackie. Thanks for coming in, guys. Now, what I'm going to share with you today, these are 3 simple secrets. They are pretty simple, but they are also tremendously necessary. So, in my personal opinion, if you not only will these things help you attract paying clients that are ready to pay, or attract ideal clients that are ready to pay you, but more importantly, if you don't do these things, you got no chance of attracting clients in the near future, in my personal opinion. Sherry, good morning to you. Cheers, and good morning to you, y'all. I hope what's today? Thursday has been amazing so far. I hope your morning beverage is delicious, and I hope you're ready to dive into today's content. My mission is to help you earn some coin today and to get the right people that want and need what you have to offer, paying attention to you, checking you out, and investing in all the amazing things that you can do for them. So that's our topic and conversation for today. Get yourself ready, get a pen and paper, and get ready to take some notes. Hope your morning beverage is in your hand or you're making it, and I will see you in just a second. All right, hang tight. All right, y'all, that is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you are new to me, welcome. I am so glad you're here. If you're checking me out for the first time on YouTube or on the podcast or on Facebook or wherever, I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate your time, and I promise not to waste it. We're going to dive straight into this. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee because I run better on coffee. Cheers and good morning to you. I super appreciate y'all coming in and hang out with me this morning. We're talking about 3 simple secrets. You can also say 3 non-negotiables for how to attract the ideal clients that are ready to pay you. Thank you for that. Tasha's throwing money at me already. I appreciate you, Tasha. You're awesome, all right? Ideal clients, because somebody say this. You can say this out loud, or you can say this in the chat stream, that all clients are not the right clients. Also, all clients are not good clients, and all money is not all good money. Somebody want to give me an amen to that who have experienced this? If you've been in coaching for any period of time, you will recognize and realize that if your mission every single day is to simply just go out and just to get another client, and there's no definition as to the specific type of client you are really working to attract, you're going to find yourself with some people that will wear you out. And I will tell you this, the ones that demand the most are the ones that pay the least. And I'll give me a double amen in all caps to that, because if you haven't learned that yet, please learn that now. I would rather you learn that now without having to go through the agony of taking on someone who pays you pennies but expects you to treat them like they are a VIP client. Okay? Not all clients are good money, and not all clients are good clients. Not all money is good money. And usually the ones that pay you the least are the ones that demand the most. All right. So this is why I put that ideal client in there, because my mission today is not just to simply give you some great techniques to get people just roll in and having anybody coming in and buying stuff from you. My mission is for you to position yourself in a way and present yourself in a way that's going to attract the ideal clients. Ideal meaning the ones that you want to work with, the ones that need you. You want them. You got a mutually beneficial relationship. You can jive together and they're ready to pay you. Are we after that? That's what we're after. That's what I'm after. I'm after the right people. Okay. So that's our mission today. 3 tips I'm going to give you. These are simple tips, but they're also very powerful tips. I'm going to start you out with a quote just because I can and I like sharing quotes. My quote of the day is by a man named Jason Hartman. Kim, Wendy, good morning to you. Thanks for coming in and joining us, girl. Jason says, your personal brand is a promise to your clients, a promise of quality, consistency, competency, and reliability. I love those 4 words. If somebody would like to try to type those out and spell them all right on the first shot, I'd love it. All right, I'm going to say it again. Your personal brand is a promise to your clients, a promise of quality, consistency, competency, meaning that you know what you're talking about, and reliability, meaning that you're going to stand the test of time and you're going to be here for the long haul, so they don't have to worry about paying you because they don't have to worry about you giving up or feeling like you don't feel like it in 6 months and quitting, like a lot of people like to do. I'm going to say it all 4 again. Quality, meaning you have to be good. You have to actually give value. You have to give quality to people. Consistency means that you show up day in, day out, not because you feel like it, because it's your brand. It's because it's your commitment. It's because you said you were going to do that, so you do it. You show up. Consistency. Competency means that you demonstrate your ability. You demonstrate. I'm not going to get into one of my points. All right, and then the 4th one is reliability. Quality, consistency, competency, and reliability. Crucial. Tip number 1 for today. I'm going to give you 3 of these, and we're just going to, Tasha says a promise of quality, consistency, competency. Oh, yeah, and reliability, right? Reliability is a big one. Consistency is a big one. I think if I was to look at those 4 things, I think initially a lot of people that get into coaching or building a business online or working to attract paying clients, I think initially people have no problem with quality and competency. I think we all have giftings, we all have abilities, we all have skills, we all have things that the Lord has planted inside of us to give to the world and to make an impact on the world. So usually it's not a matter of quality and competency that's a struggle. It's the consistency and reliability that's the struggle. Y'all agree? Consistency is a challenge. Consistency is a discipline. Consistency is a choice. You choose whether you're going to be consistent or not. You don't just you're either consistent or you're inconsistent, all right? But consistency is a choice, and then reliability means that you are committed to this craft, you're committed to this business, and you're committed to doing the hard work at the hard times and standing the test of time. All right? And that becomes a part of your brand. I will tell you this. I can't tell you the number of people. Listen to me, y'all. I cannot tell you the number of clients that have hired me over the years that have told me on the front end of hire me, Justin, I'm confident in making this investment because you're so consistent and you've stood the test of time, and I know that you're going to be here for the long haul. That's a hiring factor. Y'all agree with that? Because people don't want to waste money and they don't want to get burnt. And I think because the online world is the online world, there's a lot of people that have invested good money into people that presented themselves well with a silver tongue and a flashy pitch. But then when it turns out they're not going to stand the test of time. And I've heard of people investing thousands of dollars in people that split and decided they weren't going to do the business anymore. They weren't going to be a coach anymore. They weren't going to have that thing anymore. And so people are nervous when they're making investments online. So for you, you've got to prove to people that you are worthy of their investment by demonstrating consistency. Excuse me. And demonstrating that you are reliable and you will be here for the long haul. Matilda, good morning to you. Okay. Tip number 1. First one I'm going to give you this morning is to know exactly what end result you intend to produce for your clients. Know exactly what end result you intend to produce for your clients. Before I can say, let's go out and let's learn how to attract paying clients, we got to know what you're trying to attract them to. You got to know exactly what you intend to accomplish for people. And you must be able to confidently communicate that. That's important. I'm going to say that again. It's crucial for you to know exactly what you intend to accomplish for people, like what end result you're trying to bring people to. But more importantly, you also must be able to confidently communicate that to people. I've shared with you guys before that clarity equals confidence. A lot of people struggle with confidence because they lack clarity. If somebody comes up and asks you, oh, this is a good kind of test to see where you're at with this. If I was to pull you on camera right now, let's say I had the ability, look at all these faces. Let's say I had the ability to click on any of your faces and pull you up on screen right now. And I pull you up and I'd be like, all right, you got 15 seconds. Tell us what you do. Could you drop it? My name is Justin Kaplan Pro. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist. And what I do is I specialize in helping startup entrepreneurs turn their passion, their ideas, their giftings into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. Could you say that? Now, that's my presentation version. All right. Now, if I'm standing in the grocery line at the grocery store and I got a guy that comes up behind me and he sees that my t-shirt says branding and website design, he says, hey, do you have your own business? I'm like, yeah. What do you do? Well, do you have your own business? Well, I'm thinking about starting up a gym, or I'm thinking about whatever. They're like, yeah, absolutely. Well, what I do is I work with individuals like you, people who have a gifting, you have an idea, you have an ability, and you want to build a business from it. What I do is I help you build that idea into a profitable and scalable brand, specifically leveraging the power of social media marketing. Is it something that you're interested in doing right now, or is it something that you're thinking about doing later down the road? Are you so comfortable with what you do that you can speak that? Now, the other element of it is this. Again, going back to number one, is need to know exactly what end result you intend to produce. Now, let me unpack this one a little bit. Basically, what this means is that like for example, like when I think about my branding packages and my coaching packages, my mission, my overall mission for my signature program is I want to take people like you who have an idea, you have a gifting, you have an ability, and you have a desire to build a business from it. And I want to take you step by step by step through every single piece that you need to go through to have a profitable and scalable brand that effectively leverages the power of social media marketing and attract paying clients with ease. That's my mission. I know that's where I'm trying to get you from your desire, your starting point, to here. This is where I want to get you to here, okay? However, branding and coaching is not the only thing that I do, right? So I do custom mobile app development, for example. I do custom website design development. I do peak performance coaching. So there's different programs that I have. Each one of those programs, listen to me, each one of those programs that I have has a different end result that I intend to deliver. And also, each one of those different programs has a slightly different target audience. So when I say know exactly what end result you intend to produce, that may need to modify depending on what season you're in and depending on what you're trying to attract people to. So if I'm in a season of I'm really looking for those startups, I'm really looking for those people that are at ground floor ready to build a business, let me tone my marketing message to that and make sure I'm communicating that. So I'm attracting that to that program and service, my signature branding package. But they'll say, if I get into the summer and I really want to work on I don't want to be doing a lot of branding and design. I want to be doing just more coaching. So then I want to go into more established business owners that already have branding and all that stuff done. And I want to focus more on them for mindset and coaching and development. So then that particular person is going to get a slightly different message because that's who I'm working to attract. So your message has to be pointed to whoever you are really looking to attract. And I bring that up because I know some of you have different things you can do. You have different programs, you have different services. So it's important to recognize whatever season you're in, whatever you are working to attract people to, you got to be narrow on that. This is why it's important to realize this process, because if you bounce around too much, your message can get a little bit confusing, right? So if you notice for me, what happens with me is I stay in a lane for a long time. I'll stay on branding and marketing strategy and business development and all the things that startup people need. I'll stay in that lane for several weeks, a couple months. And then I'll go through a season where I may shift and I may go all in on mobile app development for like a month. And for one whole month, I'll talk all things mobile apps and all things digital media and all things to attract that type of person to get some mobile app clients. And then I'll go back to my branding because branding is my core. And then if I want to go through a season where I want to attract some professional development clients, then I might go through like 4 weeks of just honing in on that narrow person to that particular program. Like, for example, I created a program last year called 2 years ago called Unleashed, which was a 6-month coaching program for established business owners, right? So I went all in on that lane for a short period of time, then back to branding. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure that makes sense, because if you've got different programs and services, the key to attracting them again is to know exactly what you're getting them to, but then also be able to confidently communicate that. You've got to be able to confidently communicate that. So, I don't want to take this time, but I do feel like this is necessary. Let me just give you an example on this too, because this is important. One of the things that a lot of people struggle with is being able to confidently communicate what you do. When if someone gets to the point, like there's that initial period where they say, "What do you do? Can you tell me what do you do?" Yeah, and that's when you give them your introduction. But then you go through a period of conversation, or you build some rapport, or you establish some trust, and then they get to the point where, I'm thinking about, possibly making an investment to get some help. Can you tell me a bit about your program, or, how I could work with you? If someone was to reach out to you today and they were to say to you, listen, I've been paying attention. I've been watching you. I'm super impressed with what you do, and I'm very interested in possibly making an investment to get some help. Can you just tell me about your program so I have an understanding of what I'm investing in, or your product? Can you tell me about your product, what I'm looking to invest in? I just want to get a good idea of what my investment's going to look like. Can you tell me more about that? Can you walk them through that? So this is what I hear and have seen people in the past. So tell me how I can work with you, Justin. So I'd love to work with you. It'd be awesome. So what I could do is what I do is I do branding and business development. So what I do is, we'll take your ideas and we'll talk about them, and we'll put together a strategy, and then I do all your branding stuff, like your logo and your business cards and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll build a website for you, and then we'll get all those things in play, and then I'll work on some things with you for social media. We'll make sure everything looks good, and by the time we're done, you'll have a very thorough brand that you'll know exactly what to do with it, and that'll be $5,000. How's that feel to you? How many of y'all pulling your credit cards out right now to that? No, you're not. Why? Because I'm rambling. Because it's not well thought out. Because there's nothing that I said that was clear. You're like, wait, what? I'm gonna get what? What are we gonna do? Like how many of y'all feel like, yeah, that's exactly what I need? Now here's the alternative. All right. You reach out to me, Justin, man, I've been watching your videos. You had a video recently that just hit the nail on the head. I visited your website, but I just wanted to see if I could talk to you. Could you tell me more about your program, what you do? Absolutely. What I would recommend for you is my signature branding package, and here's why. My branding package is designed to give you everything that you need and nothing that you don't, to take your idea, your vision, your mission, and build it into a profitable and scalable brand. I focus on 3 different stages. Stage 1 is brand development. I'm going to talk about your idea, your mission. I have to get clear on exactly who you are and what you do. So basically, when someone gets to the point where they ask you, what do, you can clearly and confidently answer that question. We need to talk about saturation. We need to figure out your business name. I'll walk you through all the components of buying a domain name, because that can be confusing. We're going to look at your Google searchability and see how much saturation there is in that market. But my mission is to walk you through everything you need to know to define your brand language, because we can't go into designing and building a brand until we get the language correct. And I'll walk you through all those pieces. So that's stage 1. Stage 2 is we're going to go into all the graphic stuff. So we're going to build your website, all the social media graphics, business cards, all the pieces that you need to effectively present yourself as a hireable professional. So that when people see you, we establish a perception in their mind that you are the go-to person in your field. And then the third piece is strategy. Once I give you the clarity, I'm going to give you the tools, and then I'm going to teach you exactly how to use them. So when you're done with me over 6 months, you'll know exactly what you need to do and how to do it to go out and scale that brand. What questions do you have for me? Now I haven't talked through that in a while, but that's difference, right? It's different. Takara, good morning to you, and thank you so much. That is basically, I know what I do, and I know how I do it. Now, now this is important to recognize. All right, I might need to do an entire broadcast just on this because this is so important to get this. Okay, if you notice what I do, I didn't just talk about what I do. I talked a bit about what I do, but I talked more importantly about why I do it and why you care, right? So I'm addressing your pain points while I'm communicating what I do and how I do it. So I'm talking about, listen, I'm going to help you figure out your marketing language because some of these pieces can be confusing. We need to figure out how much saturation is on Google. We need to figure out all the key components to communicating your brand. I go in to talk about the designs, the visuals. I'm not just going to build you a great website and help you create some awesome graphics. I'm going to help you position yourself as a subject matter expert. I'm going to help you create a perception and a perspective of you as a hireable professional so you don't get stuck in the friend zone with your social media audience. Then we're going to take all those things and I'm going to teach you how to use them so that you can confidently go out to social media and engage with your social media audience in a way that you understand what you're doing and why. So I'm telling you what I do, but then I'm telling you why I do it and what that means to you. So throughout that entire short conversation, I'm explaining to you all the reasons why you should hire me, basically. Okay. So when I go back to this point, know exactly what end result you intend to produce. You've got to start here. All right. This is your first step to attracting ideal clients is you got to know, who do I really want to work with and what exactly do I want to do for them? And then once I get crystal clear on exactly what I want to do for them, then you have to get really, really good at communicating it. Now, listen, I have not always been good at communicating it. The reason why I'm good at communicating it now is because I've been doing this for a long time. And I say it over and over and over and over. And I've had hundreds of opportunities to explain my craft to people and what I do and how I do it. So it's practice. All right. So don't be like, well, I could never, just throw it right up like that. You will, and you should be able to, because this is your business. All right. So that number one is crucial. Let me go into my number two. We're talking today about three simple secrets, but also 3 non-negotiables for how to attract ideal clients that are ready to pay you. Okay. The second one is to engage and demonstrate your problem-solving ability. Engage and demonstrate your problem-solving ability. You must know specifically who you are working to attract, and then you invest your heart and your soul into those people. Show those potential clients that you are the best person to provide solutions for the needs that they have. Demonstrate problem-solving ability. All right. I believe wholeheartedly, y'all, that I need to be investing in my client or I need to be investing in my clients long before I can expect them to invest in me. That's how I look at business. I need to be investing in you long before I can expect you to invest in me. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean that I need to be investing my money into you necessarily, but it does mean that I need to be investing my time, my energy, my wisdom, my resources, my ideas, my solutions. I am demonstrating every single day that I show up for a live video. Today, I am demonstrating my problem-solving ability. I am showing you that I am someone that you can connect to. I am demonstrating my knowledge. I am sharing my expertise. Everything that content does, y'all, listen, that's why social media is so important. Social media content positions you. Content is about positioning. People get content all wrong. People are like, oh, content is just about attraction. Content is about a lead generation. Content's how you get leads. No, content is about positioning. People don't reach out to you until they view you as someone who can help them. So if this is why people will be like, I'll be like, talk to me about social media. What's your social media strategy? Justin, I'm struggling to get clients. I can't get anybody hitting my website. I can't get anybody going to my downloads. There's someone that I know and that I see online all the time that they're doing challenges all the time. All the free challenges all the time. But that's all they ever do. They're always trying to get people to opt in. Like every week, it's a new thing. Opt in, opt in, opt in. Yeah, I'm going to do this thing. Go here to my landing page. I'm doing another 5-day thing. Go here to my landing page. I got another free thing. Go here to my landing page. No one is going to your landing page if they don't know who you are. Instead of trying to get them into your funnel, why don't you just show up on video and just help some people? You know what I challenge you to do? If you have yet to really step out and really get saturated into demonstrating your problem solving ability, I challenge you to take some of the best stuff that you know and go live and share it. Go out and share it. Put yourself out there. Allow people to experience the best of you. Because I get pushback on this. People are like, well, Justin, I don't want to. If I go out and share some of my best ideas and some of my best stuff, what are they going to pay for? They're going to pay for you. People don't pay for information. People pay for the person who's delivering the information. I've said this bazillions of times, and I'll say it again today. If you are sincerely looking to build a business and you're sincerely trying to figure out how to leverage social media to grow a brand online, if you go back through the last year, let's say 6 months. If you go through the last 6 months of content that I have shared, video content, you watch every single video and absorb every single thing that I've taught you, and you apply everything that I tell you to do, you have what you need to go start your business. Because I share everything. I teach everything. I've got so much stuff out here to teach you how to do what you do, but people will still reach out to me. Justin, man, I've been watching you for years. I love your videos. I'm ready to invest in you and help me build my brand, because people will pay for help. People will pay for personal, applicable guidance. That's what they're paying for, right? So your content positions you in their mind as the go-to person in your field. So every video that I do, all the content that I'm sharing is demonstrating my problem-solving ability, and it's positioning me in your mind as the go-to person, so that when you come across something in your world that I have the ability to help with, I'm the first person that should be coming to your mind, because I've demonstrated to you that I can help you with that area. All right? Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat stream if that makes sense. Quick reset. Cheers and good morning to you all. Happy Thursday. Hope your morning beverage is delicious. We're talking about 3 simple secrets to attract ideal clients that are ready to pay you. Takara, I appreciate you. Jess, good morning to you. Y'all are amazing. All right. Okay. You guys are awesome. Let's go to number 3. The last one I'm going to give you, number 3 of your 3 simple secrets today, is to commit to the process, not just the introduction. Commit to the process, not just the introduction. Social media is an introduction. One live video is an introduction. Listen to me. Client acquisition takes time and consistent, repeated interactions. What did Jason Hartman says? Jason Hartman says your personal brand is a promise to your clients, a promise of quality, consistency, competency, and reliability. Client acquisition takes time. I think one of the number one reasons why people struggle to really build a business that becomes a consistent sales generating machine is because they're not disciplined or committed enough to stick to the process. It takes time. It takes consistent, repeated interactions. All right. And I've shared this before. I'll share it again. In today's market, the average online consumer today needs to have 5 to 7 positive experiences with you before they're ever going to be willing to make a commitment or take a next step with you on any level. 5 to 7 positive experiences with you. Follow up and follow through are non-negotiables. And that's before, listen, those 5 to 7 positive experiences with you are before they will ever pay you a dime. So what's an experience? This is an experience. This video is one impression. One experience. So I'll have someone that's watching this video. I'll have somebody come across this video that'll be watching me for the very first time, and they might make it through the whole video. They might be like, this is really good. Really enjoyed this content. This is specific. It's helpful. It's really engaging with what I'm thinking. I think I might actually like this Justin guy. Seems pretty cool. That's one impression All right. All I've done is I've pulled you out of curiosity phase. You had an issue, you had a challenge, you had something you were dealing with, and now you're curious about me. All right. So that's one impression. So you might hang out the broadcast. You might say, I'm going to go and see what other stuff Justin's talking about. JB, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in from Malmo. Appreciate you. So, someone may have that one experience with me, and then that one experience, they may go and check out some of my other videos. Maybe they find another video that really connects and engage with them. So they go watch a second video, and that one really resonates as well. Now I'm on 2 impressions because now you got 2 videos of me and like, man, I really like this Justin guy. I really like his content. Let me go check out his website. So then you go to my website, JustinCapandPro.com. You land on the website, like the website, it flows, it looks good. There's all kinds of good stuff going on here. Appreciate it, JB. You're awesome, man. And so you engage in my website. Website flows, looks nice. Now I'm at 3 impressions. All right. And then you land on free resources, or maybe you click on Justin's process. You click on my process. What's Justin do? How do you work with him? And you click on my process. It explains how I work with you. But then I give you some free downloads. I got all kinds of free resources on my website. All right. So you. Thank you, Sylvia. So Sylvia is confirming what I'm teaching you, right? So you go to my website, you download some free resources, quick name, email, and you get a free resource. Then now you're into my free resources. This is so helpful. All right. So now I'm on 4 impressions. So that's 2 videos, website visit, download. Now you're engaging with one of my downloads. So you download one of my free resources. This thing is helpful. This is so good. So appreciate this. Then all of a sudden, 2 days later, I follow up with an email. Hey, Sylvia, what's up, girl? Thanks so much for downloading my whatever guide. I saw that you grabbed it from my website. I'm just checking in with you, see how you're doing. Do you have any questions for me? If you're stuck on anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's super important to me to make sure that you're trying to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. So I'd love to be a resource for you. And I shoot that email out. Now I'm at 5 impressions. All right, now your buying temperature is starting to build up. You'll see that? Because I'm accomplishing these steps. Now, that's not super complicated. That's only 2 videos and a website. Right? However, if they can all work in conjunction, I send that message out, and Sylvia responds back, yeah, Justin, man, it's been so good, so helpful. I love this video on this. The download's been helpful. Thanks so much. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to be connected. I hope you jump and come back in tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about blank, and I do a new video. I'll definitely be there. So now tomorrow, Sylvia's on, let's say Sylvia's on 6. I'm going to use Sylvia as an example. So let's say Sylvia's now on 6. And I know in my mind that if I'm in that range of 5 to 7 positive experiences, that means that the buying temperature is building up. And that's when someone really starts thinking about, I think I could invest in some help. And that doesn't mean that they're paying you yet. It just means that they're considering taking a next step with you. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat room if that makes sense. This is so important, y'all. It takes an average of 5 to 7 positive experiences with you. Now, remember, that's positive experiences. If there's anything in there that's a negative experience, it takes all the positive away, and it may even put you in the negative. So let's say you watch 2 great videos from me. Then you go to the website, you check out my website. The impressions are building. It's good, man. I really like what Justin's doing. I like his content, I like his website. I got his download. Now you're at 4 impressions. Maybe I even follow up with you, and now you're at 5 impressions. And then I'm like, Sylvia, I'd love for you to check out my video tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about blank. I think you'd really enjoy it. Thanks, Justin. I'll definitely be there. But then between today and tomorrow, I get on a rant about my political affiliations, and I go out and do a Facebook post about something that I saw in the news that bugs me, and I drop this nasty, catty political statement on my Facebook page, and Sylvia sees that. Negative impression. All positive momentum that I had is gone. All right? Now I'm at 0. Sylvia doesn't show up in my live video tomorrow. She was at that point in time, she's probably looking for somebody else. Gone. That's why I tell y'all, it's so important for you to be aware of what you share, where you share it, and how you present yourself if you are a business owner. Every one of us have beliefs. Every one of us have opinions. Every one of us have thoughts about all things going on in the world. But if you are, and that's fine. You can be you, do you, boo, do you. But if you are a business owner, you have to take a second thought anytime you decide to share something personally, because whatever you share personally affects you professionally if you have your own business. Do you, boo? Tasha said, so true. I've stopped following people for similar situations. You wouldn't believe the number of people that I had disconnected from in the last 12 months. People that I had a very high opinion of prior to COVID, prior to all things that 2020 brought us, right? You have got to be so careful about what you share and where. Because again, just always keep in mind, it takes an average of 5 to 7 positive experiences with your brand before someone is usually going to be willing to hire you. And that cannot include any negative experiences. So when you go to social media, when you have that thought burning on your mind that you want to post, anything, this is what I do with everything that I do on social media. Anytime I ever post anything on social media, my first thought is, does this draw people together? Is it helpful? Is it meaningful? Or is it engaging? Or does this cause division? Is it negative? Am I giving energy or am I taking energy? Am I inspiring or am I rattling? What is my intention with this post? Every single time you hit publish or post on something, you need to ask yourself those questions before you post it. Does this seek to divide or does it seek to draw people together? Does it seek to unify or does it seek to disrupt? Am I giving energy or am I taking energy? And I've had some times where I have been in a mood. Listen, y'all, I get in a mood sometimes. I've got some opinions about some stuff. And there's some things that just really rub me the wrong way. And I've got and usually, it's funny. I don't know, I'm gonna go there. Yeah, well, why not? The things that rattle me the most is when I see two things that rattle two things that really just get under my skin. The first thing is it really gets under my skin when people like us, content creators, business owners, people who have an audience, who have a message to share, they have influence, they go out and they're negative or they're catty or I don't know. It's like when people are self-absorbed, that kind of stuff really bugs me. But then I was going to say the other one, but I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. Be careful with your post. Be careful with what you share and where you share it, because remember that once someone crosses a bridge where you've built that buying temperature in their mind, they're like, I think I could see myself hiring you. Once you get to that point, they're going to do research on you. They're going to look you up. They're going to Google you. They're going to go to your Facebook page. They're going to check out your posts, all that kind of stuff. You got to be aware of what they're going to see. And if I went and did a thorough review of your social media right now, would your social media content add to my perception of you, or would it take away from my perception of you? That's just something good to ask yourself. Now, the question the challenge that a lot of y'all have is not necessarily that you don't create impressions. Let me go here, all right? One of the problems is not that you're not able to accomplish 5 to 7 impressions. One of the problems that a lot of you guys have is that it takes you too long to build up those impressions. Okay? Because a week in the lifetime of social media is forever. All right? People will be like, Justin, is it cool if I just do one video a week? I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your life, your business. I mean, I guess I'll ask you this question. If you say, Justin, is it okay if I do one video a week? Let me ask you this. Let's say you just opened up a brand new restaurant in your local town. You've done all the work. You've figured out what your specialty is going to be. You've planned your menu. You've got all the decorations right. You've got the building. You've got your staff. You've got your marketing. You got a billboard up there. You're ready to promote this restaurant. And you're ready to build this thing. Now you're ready to open your doors and you're ready to let people come in and engage and connect with you in your new restaurant. But then once you get this all done, you decide, I think I only want to open up for business one day a week. Why? Well, I'm so busy. You know, we got things with the kids, and there's just lots going on, and I got a lot of stuff on my schedule, and plus I don't really, I only want to work like 6 to 10 hours a week. So I could do one day a week. I could open up the restaurant one day a week. What's the likelihood of that restaurant surviving, let alone getting any business at all? Zero. Now that seems ridiculous, doesn't it? Justin, why would someone go to all that work, all that planning, and all that investment and all that time to start a restaurant if they only wanted to open the doors one day a week? Right. I mean, right. In online business is the same thing. You've been working on this, right? You've been planning this. You've been planning your menu. You've been planning your services. You're working on your branding. You've been creating your content. How many hours and hours and hours and hours and hours have you invested into building this idea and building this brand and becoming this person that you want to become? And then you're like, well, Justin, I only want to do one live video a week. Why? What are you so busy doing that you don't have time to go out and talk to the audience of people that is going to be the ones that will pay you? I mean, unless you got some other brilliant idea of how you plan to meet people and attract paying clients to your business. I mean, it doesn't mean the live video is the end all be all of how to attract clients, but it's a pretty darn good option. I guess the real question is, Justin, I only want to do live video I only want to do one video a week. Okay. What are you going to do the rest of the week to attract paying clients? What are you going to do to open your business up for business? What are you going to do to turn on your open sign and say, I am here, I am available, come engage with me? Well, what? 5 to 7 positive impressions. Because it's the thing. Let's say I only do one live video a week. Let's say it's the only live video I do this week. Okay. And let's say someone's in here for the first time. And I build up a very strong buying temperature and I get this great first impression. And they're like, I really enjoyed that. I'm going to watch more of Justin's content. Well, then I'm off. Then I'm offline. I'm unplugged. You don't see anything from me again for a week. So what happens is when you're in this video, the buying temperature is building up as you're engaging with me. Takara, I love it. I was thinking you were, but I wasn't sure. But thank you so much for letting me know it's your first time. So Takara is in here for the first time. Let's say Takara is having a great experience. I'm engaging with Takara. And so buying temperature starts to creep up. But then what happens is, let's say if I come back and I'm live again tomorrow, Takara, I would love for you to join me again tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow. So Takara comes in tomorrow and we're engaging and I'm building that buying temperature. I'm building that rapport and that trust with someone that's new to me. But if I don't show up tomorrow, and then I don't show up Saturday and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then all of a sudden next week, I'm here again. It's the first time. Again, next week. All right. And then Takara might, that Justin guy. I remember watching a video from him last week. Let me go watch his video. If Takara doesn't see me again for a week, the buying temperature drops to 0. So if she comes into another video next week, Thursday, a week from now, I'm not on impression number 2 with Takara. I'm back to impression number 1. I'm starting from scratch. 5 to 7 impressions have to be subsequent impressions that build upon each other. If too much time passes in between impressions, the buying temperature falls. And if the buying temperature drops to 0, you're back to impression number 1. So it's a problem that a lot of y'all have is that you're not building 5 to 7 impressions. You're just doing a whole bunch of impression number 1s. Does that make sense? It's like building a fire. Have you all built a fire before? What happens if you build a fire? You can't just, if you're going to build a fire, you can't just take a log and go throw it on a fire pit and drop a match and expect yourself to have a roaring flame that's going to burn for a long period of time. What do you got to do? You got to work on it. You got to set the big logs have to be set aside. You got to start with the small stuff, the stuff that's going to burn hot but burn fast. You got to get paper in there, get that started. Then once you can get that going, you got a flame to work with. Now I got a flame. Now I got to cultivate that flame. I got to get some oxygen. I got to get some little pieces of wood on there so that thing can sustain a little bit. But again, even the little pieces of wood are not going to burn long. I've got to get this thing hot enough to get myself some real lumber on here, right? So you work on that. So you got to work that flame. You got to stir that flame. This is your impressions. That 5 to 7 impressions. You really got to work on that to get that heat up. And then once you feel you got a good solid base of coals and you got a good solid flame that's going to last, then you can start to put the bigger wood on there, That's where paying clients start coming. Is now I got this flame burning, and now I got some momentum. Now I got trust. Now I got rapport. Now I got systems in place, and people are going to start coming to me. I got that flame burning. But even so, I get that thing burning hot. I've seen people do this. I got someone on my mind right now that just did this just recently. They've been working for months to build this thing all up. They got flame, and they finally got some big logs on there. And this thing is roaring. You got the fire. But what happens if you throw those big logs on it and then you walk away from it? And you walk away from it for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, with nothing, not tending to that thing whatsoever. What happens? You come back. Not only did the flame die out, the coals are gone. That you're back to scratch. I've had conversations with people that have had some momentum, and they've worked that flame and they built that thing up, but then they walked away from it because of what? Because of something, and then you left it alone, and then the flame died down to nothing. You're back to zero. You've got to build the flame back up again. It starts with small. That's just how it works. That's just how people are. The problem is, y'all, this is the problem. I'm going to get you out of here because I don't want to take any more of your time today. Listen, this is the problem. The problem that we have is that we have to deal with human beings. And human beings are fickle creatures, man. And just about the time that you think you got them figured out, they'll throw you a curveball. All right? But I'm telling you, attracting paying clients, I presented this today, these 3 tips. Know exactly what end result you intend to produce is number 1. Engage and demonstrate problem-solving abilities, number 2. And then commit to a process, not just the introductions, number 3. Those are simple. There's complication within each of those simply because human beings are a complicated creature, and this is work. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. All right. You've got to do this work, but I will tell you this, those 3 simple things, if you can commit to those 3 things consistently, back to Jason's quote, quality, consistency, competency, and reliability, you stand the test of time day in, day out, focusing on these 3 things, you will have people reaching out to you to hire you. It's a given. If people, you're like, Justin, how do I earn money? How do I build a coaching business? How do I get a speaking career? How do I become a sought after author? This is it. It's 3 things. Know exactly what end result you intend to produce for whatever audience you're engaging with. Engage with that audience and demonstrate your problem-solving ability. Position yourself in their minds as the go-to person in your field, and then commit to the process. Commit to the 5 to 7. Commit to the follow-up. Commit to doing more than others in your niche or industry are willing to do. Demonstrate your commitment not only to them, but to yourself, to your craft, to your brand, establishing a recognizable standard so when people see you and engage with you, like, that's Justin Kaplan Pro. Love this guy's videos. Love this guy's content. Love this guy's resources. Establish a recognizable standard. I'm going to leave you with that for today, y'all. Y'all amazing. I know 50 minutes of your time is so valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning. Tomorrow's going to be kind of fun. I'm going to be doing some interviews tomorrow, FYI. So I'm going to have my girl, Tasha Hart. We're going to be doing an interview with Tasha tomorrow, which is going to be super fun. Got an interview with Sherry Capella tomorrow. I think I got one more Celia, possibly. Tomorrow's going to be fun. So I've been doing a live stream challenge all month long, challenging my crew to get out here, be consistent, put yourself out there in front of the camera. And, I've been doing it. So tomorrow should be fun. I'd love for you to join us if you got some time in the morning. So guys, have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with that talent, that gifting that you have. Get about your goals. And I will see you guys all around the web. All right. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys later.